What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Ghost Rider issue number 11, as we jump into a brand new story arc. Previously, we had seen the Ghost Rider's old foe known as Blackheart. He had secretly influenced the corners of power in the United States. He used his dark powers to sow chaos throughout the country. Not only that, but Blackheart had implanted an entity inside of Ghost Rider by the name of Exhaust. After expelling the demon and taming it, Johnny and the Rider sent Blackheart back to hell. And so now Ghost Rider and the exiled FBI agent known as Talia Warroad, they travel across the country and they are stamping out anything that is left over from Blackheart's dark conspiracy. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this brand new story arc, we are picking up with Johnny Blaze making his way across the blacktop. A man that lives nowhere. The asphalt road is the only thing that he can consider a home. Always on the move, with trouble always around the corner. Johnny has come to accept that this is his life. Until the very day that he dies, he will be doing this, not knowing how he will die. There are tons and tons of possibilities, but at this point, he has stopped fearing the odds of his death. He has come to a point where he now welcomes it, because upon his death, this will mean that he no longer hurts anyone any longer. These days, the only thing that scares him is how he will destroy everything before it is time for him to go. How many people will be hurt in his path? And for so very long, Johnny has traveled this all by himself. But now he has some companionship. That comes in the form of Talia. As we pick up somewhere in Louisiana, we see that Talia is doing something by the fire. Something supernatural. It appears that she is trying to pick up on something. Not really sure what this is, but she knows something out there. Something big, something dangerous is coming. With Johnny coming out and breaking her concentration, the two of them begin to discuss how Johnny has been plagued with nightmares. And while Talia says that she can't make these nightmares go away, what she can do is help keep him up just a little bit longer. As the two of them go away into the tent together, we are seeing that their relationship is much more than friendship. It is much more than a partnership. These two are having a relationship, not knowing where this ends or what this means. At least for the moment, their loneliness is being cured. But they have been going over news articles, they have been watching social media, police scanners, a spike in death and disappearances, reports of ritual murders, rumors of monsters, ghosts, or possessions. There is a lot of mess to clean up ever since Blackheart did his thing. And so they have been making their way across the country, stopping any evil, any supernatural, anything that might think about harming the innocent. From giant alligators to werewolves. From people that look like they are from The Hills Have Eyes, to gas stations in Alabama. The two of them together are working like a great dynamic duo. Now, while we're in Alabama, we stop at a gas station. Some locals, they see Johnny's bike and they hop on it. They start asking some questions, they're talking about it. Johnny lets them know that you need to leave the bike alone, to not touch the bike. But they don't listen, and one of them end up getting their fingers straight up cut off. That is because this is no ordinary motorcycle. This is the most evil bike that you could probably find. Because this bike, this is part of Ghost Rider. This is the shadow of Ghost Rider. This bike is Exhaust. After Talia and Johnny had battled against Exhaust, and now Johnny uses Exhaust as his very own bike. As they go down the road, we see that his bike is just spewing out all kinds of exhaust. This isn't something that regularly happens when he rides it. We're learning that the bike, it kinda has a mind of its own. As Talia honks the horn and tells him to pull over because she's following in her car behind him. She lets him know that this bike is very much alive still, that it wants you all to itself. She has told him over and over and over again that you need to get rid of the bike, but so far he has refused to do so. As we pick up somewhere in Georgia, a small diner, we see that they are now towing the bike behind the car. Johnny's justification for keeping the bike around is much like somebody, like a soldier who was shot in war and keeps the bullet that had gone onto his body. A carny who kept the tumor that was removed from his very own brain. A drunk who keeps the picture of the family that he had once killed. Because sometimes it is good to keep the ugliness so close to you. That way you can appreciate how far that you have come, as long as you don't allow it to overwhelm you. But as we continue on with our conversation, Talia is letting us know that Savannah seems to be an epicenter of evil, of supernatural, and all kinds of chaos. All of the reports that they have been getting out of this place, it shows that it is going to be pretty bad. Entire neighborhoods of families murdered in their beds, bone effigies hanging from the trees, faucets throughout the city running with blood, babbling voices heard through the radio, phones, and television. There is a very significant demonic presence in Savannah, Georgia. With Talia knowing that they're gonna need some more supplies, she leaves Johnny here and she goes to go across the street and go to the hardware store, get some armor, get some equipment. But when she goes to do this, she sees that that bike, the one that was once exhaust, it has moved itself off of the trailer and it just ran into her, knocking her down to the ground. This bike intends on taking her out. That is where Johnny steps in, throwing Talia out of the way, jumping onto the bike. They head down the road as he drives it into a construction zone where a brand new road is being built. He sees a caterpillar, a bulldozer that is just a little bit further from him. This is where he takes the opportunity and he drives that bike right into that bulldozer. You see, Johnny had kept this thing around because if the writer can control him, he just wanted something that he thought he would be able to control. He thought it would be this bike. He thought it could be exhaust. He thought that he would be able to weaponize this against others. But instead, he is only endangering himself and the only other person that seems to care about him. And so with the destruction of the bike, Talia comes over, she helps him get up, gives him a kiss, and they bury this bike. They dig up the road and they shove exhaust into this hole. They cover it up. Within the next couple of days, this is going to be nothing more than an asphalt highway. Johnny sees this as a very fitting grave for someone like Exhaust. The two of them hop in the car and they head down the road. They head to Savannah. Being about 10 minutes out, Talia is unable to get any radio station or cell signal. They have studied the patterns of supernatural activity. They know all the reports. They have seen it all. They knew that Savannah was going to be bad. But as they pull up outside the city, what they see is that Savannah is on fire. The entire city is burning. It is absolute chaos. As the two of them pull over on the side of the road and they see this fiery storm brewing in Savannah, they knew it would be bad. But this looks apocalyptic. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Not a bad first issue in our new story arc. An opportunity to truly explore both Talia and Johnny as they make their way through the United States, stomping out anything that Blackheart might have created. I have a feeling that this is definitely not the last that we have seen of Exhaust. While we saw that the bike had definitely been destroyed, Exhaust's body was still very much intact after the destruction. But at least for the time being, the shadow of Ghost Rider has been disposed of. And the biggest concern that they have, of course, is Savannah. With the entire city on fire, this is going to be a feeding frenzy for the Ghost Rider. Talia has been promising Ghost Rider that he would definitely get the opportunity to do what he does best. And so far, that promise has held. Even more so now that they look upon Savannah. The question now remains, what in Savannah could be causing all of this chaos? Is it multiple things, or is there one specific individual that could be responsible for bringing the city down to its knees? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with Ghost Rider, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, go ahead and check out the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having 5 different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to being a guest on the show. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do any of this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.